Hi, my name is James John O'Donnell, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the differences between smoking marijuana and consuming marijuana edibles. So the wave of legalization and marijuana laws that is sweeping the country has greatly increased the diversity and the marijuana products that are available. Marijuana edibles are now commercially available in a variety of forms, and this includes any form of food or drink that you might find in a normal grocery store, including baked goods to cheese to even teriyaki sauce, and a lot of things in between. So there are some important differences between smoking marijuana and marijuana edibles that should be kept in mind. So first, the difference comes from the difference in kinetics. So when you smoke marijuana, the peak concentrations in the blood are reached very quickly, within minutes. And as a result, the effects, the euphoric effects, the high, is reached almost immediately after smoking. So as a result, a user can very easily titrate the effects of the drug to achieve the amount that they want, so they don't overdose. This is not as easy to do, however, in the case of marijuana edibles. And this is because that oral absorption is much slower than absorption through the lungs. To be specific, it's on the time scale of hours as opposed to minutes. So this is not purely academic, so let me give you an example of why this would be important. So let's consider someone who's eating pot brownie. So they may eat one pot brownie, be conservative, and see after a half an hour that they haven't felt any effects. They decide to eat a lot more. So after an hour or two, when the marijuana finally is absorbed orally, the effects may hit them all at once. And this is not just the euphoric effects, the high, but also the impairment effects will be much higher, making them more dangerous, for instance, if they're driving a car. And there's also some unique effects that only appear once you have a very high dose. And that includes the systemic effects, including significantly increased heart rate, hallucinations, and also even a psychotic break. So this is why these overdoses are really important, and being able to predict the amount that you're taking is important. So that old adage that you've heard that marijuana has never killed anyone is actually not true. There's actually increasing numbers of people killing themselves in crazy ways after consuming marijuana edibles and also the synthetic marijuana. For instance, by jumping out of a building from the 10th story. So that's one important reason why marijuana edibles are dangerous. There's other reasons why, similar reasons why overdoses may be caused unknown to the user. So the second reason is because there is no regulation or standardization of the production of these marijuana products. So specifically, the amount and the distribution of marijuana between batches and even within the same marijuana item itself is not standardized. So you really don't know what to expect. So let's consider another case scenario. So let's say we have a box of marijuana cookies. One cookie may have hardly any marijuana in it, and the rest may have a lot more. So let's say that this person is aware of the absorption effects. They wait, let's say, an hour after eating one. They don't feel anything. And so they decide, okay, there's not much marijuana in these cookies, so they eat a lot more. They eat the whole box. And then again, the effects hit them like a ton of bricks. So that's another case where the marijuana edibles are more dangerous. And the third reason is because these edibles often look like normal food and drink. And the worst case of this is in the case of candy lookalikes. And the reason why this is especially important is because kids can maybe become involuntarily intoxicated because they reach for something that looks like a candy bar, and it may actually be a marijuana product. When I think of this, I think of this case. It's not just unintentional either. The manufacturers really go for this. It increases their sales. So when I think of this, I think of a case where this chocolate wafer actually is in the same geometry, same shape as, and also in the same orange wrapper as a Kit Kat bar. And even the graphics on the wrapper look the same. So they're basically indistinguishable from the candy, and this causes a lot of problems with children. So for these reasons, I would say that smoking marijuana is probably a safer way to consume marijuana than eating the marijuana edibles. However, smoking marijuana does have its own unique health problems associated with it. Whenever you breathe in smoke, whether it has marijuana in it or not, it causes respiratory problems, and it can cause a host of problems, including lung cancer and a lot more. And secondly, people have been known to burn themselves when they're trying to smoke marijuana. So it does have a few problems, but in general, I would say that smoking marijuana is safer. So that's a brief summary of the important differences between smoking marijuana and consuming marijuana edibles.